Today I'm here with members of the Young Harris men's and women's golf program for another one of the preseason interviews for spring sports. I'm joined by Director of Golf John Lichtenwalner and players Will Ranieri and Lucy Wiegert. And we're also at Brasstown Valley, the home golf course of YHC Golf. Both the men's and women's programs have a lot of potential this season, and we're looking forward to seeing what they have to offer in 2025. So Coach, I'll start with you. As a YH Golf alumni yourself, I'm sure it's pretty rewarding to be able to oversee both of these programs. Could you talk on that experience?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I've been here for a little over 15 months, I'd say. And it's been really good to build some relationships with the players. I've seen what the Young Harris Golf program is capable of over the last 10 or so years. And it's been fun trying to work our way back up to the top. And I know when I played here, I had really good relationships with both of the coaches I played for. So it's been fun to bring some stability back to the golf program from the coaching position.
A full circle moment for sure. And so the two that you have sitting next to you have been just standouts on the team. Will was an individual champion in 2023. Lucy was named to first team all conference last year. How have they impacted this program, and what do you expect from them this season?
Yeah, so it's been great to have Will and Lucy here for all 4 years and 3 years for Lucy so far. Will's been a consistent hard worker for all 4 of his years. He's our most recent tournament winner, which is awesome. And he's just continuously progressed during his time here. Every aspect of his golf game has gotten better. I've never been more confident in him than I am now, and I think he's more confident in himself than he ever has been. He's been playing really good golf for the last 6 or so months, and I'm excited to see what he can do his final semester. Lucy has also been incredibly consistent during her time here. She has also won a college tournament during her freshman year. She had a runner-up last spring. She shot an under par round last spring. And both me and her teammates can just count on her to show up at tournaments. And when they go play golf, both me and the team know that she's going to give it her best and most likely come in with a good score.
That's awesome to hear. So Will, I'll move to you now. You've been a part of this program now for 4 years. You've gone through a couple of head coaching changes, been through several teammates, but it seems like that this group of seniors has really stuck through it all together. Talk about how special this group is and how excited you are to play one last season.
Yeah, this is a really special group. Being with Ruben and Michael, who have been here for all 4 years as seniors, it's super exciting, and we couldn't be closer. I don't know last time I had a meal without them. We've been through a lot together. We've seen a lot of faces come and go. We've dealt with a lot of different head coaches. We've had a head coach pass away. I mean, it couldn't bring people closer together than the moments that we've had together. And it's going to be really special for these next few months to play with them.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad you brought up Ruben. You guys have definitely been through it all together, and you guys are just leaders of this team. How do you feel about building this program from kind of the ground up with him?
Yeah, I appreciate you say that me and Ruben are definitely the leaders. I think it's needless to say we need to make sure we add the other 2 seniors, Michael Dotson and John McCracken. We all play different roles as leaders on the team, and we all learned it through Martin Shelter, who's been here the last 4 years with us. And as he just left and graduated, we all play different roles that he all had to play together for 3 years. And so we learned a lot from him. And I would say Michael is a big leader in the gym. John is an absolute consistent. He's been here in the tournaments every single round he's played since he transferred in. And myself and Ruben, yeah, we're more of the vocal leaders, but we can't do that without the rest of the guys.
That's great to hear, such a selfless answer. And so Lucy, I'll move to you now. So unlike the men's team, the women's team is a little younger. You guys have 3 new freshman faces. And so you have just been such a standout on this team. Like I said, winning the first team all conference, you're definitely a leader. How have you been able to leave a positive impact on these girls who will grow the program like you have so far?
They've done a lot of it on their own, surprisingly. Like, they're such hard workers on the golf course and in the classroom. They're also great sportsmen. I've never seen them down on a round like I've seen other players down on a round. I hope that Connor and Tamara and I can continue to show them to have fun on the golf course and to not get down on themselves when a round doesn't go their way. But they're already doing a fabulous job, so I'm really proud of them.
So good to hear. And Coach, so if we look at the schedules for both teams, there's a lot of things to note. So starting with the men, their schedule is a lot bigger than normal and honestly has a lot of hard challenges up ahead. But how does this type of schedule prepare them for playing their best golf late in the year?
Yeah, so with the men's schedule, it's a little different this spring. We're playing an extra tournament from what we would normally do. We were supposed to play 4 times this past fall. 2 of those were canceled due to Hurricane Helene. One of those was rescheduled to the spring. So little extra golf this spring, which is nice as we lead into the conference championship. We play, and it's also different for us in the sense of we play 3 weeks in February, once at the beginning of March, and then we have 3 weeks off, where we typically play all of March. But we're going to get going early, get some good results under our belt, hopefully shoot up in the rankings, and then we'll have a few weeks off to adjust, make changes here, evaluate how we did in the first 4 tournaments, and then we'll get one more event in, a few more competitive rounds at the end of March, beginning of April, which is huge leading into the conference championship, which is the middle of April.
And looking on the women's side, they are really hitting the ground running in March, playing almost every single weekend. How do you expect this team to develop over the season?
Yeah, so the women's side is completely different than the men's. I've been on them so far about, hey, we need to be as sharp as possible by the first week of March. We need to do everything we can in January and February to, again, be super sharp as soon as we hit the first tournament, because we play 4 weeks in a row in March. And we'll be able to make little changes in between tournaments and little adjustments here and there, but we don't have time once the tournament starts to kind of play our way into form. We need to be in form, and we need to be competitive within the team here on campus leading up to the start of the season. But it'll be nice having a lot of competitive golf straight into the conference championship.
Absolutely. And so out of all the interviews that I've ever done here at Young Harris, this has definitely been the coolest location here at Brasstown Valley. And you guys have been playing here for quite some time. Can you talk about why you like playing here?
I love playing here because, of course, it's beautiful. Like you can tell, there's views on every single hole. But also, this course is very long for, like, especially the women's. And so that means every time I come out here, I could play a different set of tees. That gives me a new set of challenges. And I really enjoy it. It's nothing that I get too comfortable with.
Yeah, kind of like Lucy said, it's absolutely beautiful. It's awesome to come here and just have these views. I mean, that's why we come to Young Harris, right? But for the men, I would say there's a lot of different variety of holes out here. And, it's a lot of the days it's easy to make some birdies and build your confidence. But when you get wind like you get today, it can really turn around and be in your face, and you can make a lot of bogeys out here. So it's good we have a lot of different variety of golf out here at Brasstown. And not only here at Brasstown, but at our other home courses, Mountain Harbor, Old Union, and Chattooga, they all treat us like family. So it's great. We really need them, and we appreciate them a lot.
That's so good to know. A lot of people don't know about this wonderful golf course, so I'm so glad you brought up those details. And Will, is there anything that you have been working on individually to best prepare you for the start of the season?
Yeah, I won't bore you with my nerdy golf talk, but I will say my iron play through 4 years has been stellar. It's really my round and my results are how I hit it off the tee. If I can hit a lot of fairways, if I do that, I'll make a ton of birdies. If not, then I'll probably make a ton of bogeys. So I've really been working on my tee balls and trying to hit it straighter and set myself up for success. And if I do that, then my results will absolutely show this semester.
My preparation has been a lot of wedge work and short game, because the courses that we've been playing in the fall and this spring tend to be a little bit shorter than we're used to. So really honing in on the short, like 40 to 80 yards, has really helped me.
Sounds good. And so, Coach, I've asked this to several head coaches that I have interviewed this season. I'm really interested to hear your response. What is one thing that you, either a piece of advice or message that you tell your golfers, especially with golf being such a mental game before the season?
So something I mentioned at our first team meeting this semester back at the beginning of January was I want us to have the perfect balance of fun and performance. I want us to have fun when we're in practice, fun when we're at tournaments, just because, one, golf's a game and that's why we play. Nobody got into golf because it feels like a job. And if it starts to feel like a job, then we need to reevaluate what we're doing and our mindset and perspective. So I want us to have fun while also working hard and doing the best we can to win and get as close to the top of leaderboards as possible. It's hard to play great golf and not have fun doing it. From a mental perspective, with golf being a mental game, something I'm always stressing to to the teams at tournaments and when we're in practice, but especially at tournaments, is we need to stay positive. We need to be our own best friend out there. Golf is really hard as it is for everybody who plays. You know, people who don't play golf, they might think they're bad. Well, there's people that play at a high level who also think they're bad because it's all relative to your competition. So golf's really hard, and we need to be nice to ourselves, especially on the course. If you're telling yourself that you're not good, it's not going to go well. So stay positive in golf.
For sure, those are some great messages. And with the season just a few weeks away, can you guys both tell me what the team morale and atmosphere is looking like, maybe the excitement of the team culture?
It's looking pretty good from what I can tell. We're working hard in the weight room and on the course and in our classes and everything. It is kind of bittersweet. We have one senior on the women's team, Connor Johnson. We all love her so much, and it's going to be really hard to see her graduate after this because we're all really, really close to her, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'd say similar with the guys. We're all really excited to show what we can do. We only had 2 opportunities to do that in the fall with some of the tournaments being canceled, and we know that we absolutely can compete this year in the spring. And as soon as we came back this semester, we've had a lot of urgency to play as, you know, we come up this weekend and we start our season early. And the weather hadn't been particularly good as soon as we got here, but we've really hit the ground running. And, you know, when we're out here playing and it's 8 degrees, that makes you better, and we compete with within the team, and that's just going to make us a ton better for when we compete with some other teams this year.
Absolutely, that's all good news. And before we wrap up, do you guys have any other closing comments or remarks, maybe shouting out your social medias or important dates coming up?
I would just like to shout out our golf courses, like Will and Lucy mentioned earlier. Brasstown Valley, they treat us extremely well. We can play 7 days a week out here. Old Union over in Blairsville, range access and course access out there is great. Two Shores treats us extremely well, and then Mountain Harbor, we also have exceptional course access. So our golf course facilities are great for our program. And then in terms of social media, everything we put out is going to be on our Instagram page, YHC_golf.
Okay, we'll be on the lookout. Do you guys have anything else to add?
Go Mountain Lions.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. We're so excited to see you back out on the course this season. And the men's team will hit the ground running on February 3rd at Lander, and the women's team will get going in March.